everyone, thank you for joining me today. I wanted to try something a bit different and this looks really fun. It does say it's a hard recipe, but I kind of looked through it and I personally thought it was a bit kind of straightforward, but I'm probably just jinxing myself now. So yeah, we are going to make the princess pudding. I've got some strawberries to put on top, assuming these work as well. So with the ganache filling, we need 75 grams or 2.5 ounces of dark chocolate, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Sorry, it's hiding in the corner. Let's do that. That's probably easier. So that's there. 2 teaspoons of butter. Sorry, I still haven't woken up yet. I've used margarine just because it was easier to measure out. And then we are going to need a pinch of salt as well. Sorry, I don't know if I said or not heavy cream or double cream. Heavy cream is the US version, double is the UK version, but that was the ganache filling. For the cake, we've got 2 ounces, which is 155 grams of dark chocolate. That's at the back there. I have put some milk chocolate in because I didn't want to get a third bar of dark chocolate. I just don't eat it myself. We've got a third of a cup or 90 grams of butter. This is normal butter, not the margarine that I said previously. It says you will need extra for the ramekins, but with anything, when you're greasing it with butter, I normally use margarine anyway because it's softer and easier to use rather than having to melt it to be able to use it, if you know what I mean. Sorry, it's been a long few days. We've got 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. I've used caster because that's what's in the house. It says 2 tablespoons of firmly packed brown sugar. I've used light brown, but you can use dark brown because it doesn't specify. It says 2 teaspoons of amaretto. I don't have any in the house. And having a quick search, you can either use like almond essence if you wanted to, if you don't want the alcohol in it, or if you don't mind the alcohol, you can maybe use like a rum or something. I've used a mince pie liqueur from Christmas because I thought that might be a nice flavour to add to it. We then need a 1/4 cup, which is 45 grams of plain flour. We'll need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then for sort of decoration and things, it's put down whipped cream and berries. I did buy a can of whipped cream, but I was just thinking actually with the double cream you could whip that up and use that instead. Obviously it's up to you. Yeah, so let's start making our ganache filling. So with our ganache filling, we're just going to chuck everything in a saucepan, let it cook over a very low heat. And once it's all combined and it's a smooth mixture, we're going to put it in an airtight container to cool, and then we're going to refrigerate it for an hour. Once it has cooled enough to sort of manhandle it, we're going to divide the ganache into 4 equal portions and sort of make some dough ball shapes out of them. Perfect, so while that's cooling down, I'm just going to get on with the rest of the cake. We need to put the chocolate and the butter together in the saucepan as well and melt that together. We're then going to let that cool. Pretty much everything else is then going to go in a bowl to make the cake mix, but I will talk you through it as we get to it. the fridge. It's probably a bit early, but I need to keep this moving a little bit. So it needs to be into 4, and then we need to make these into balls, and they're going into the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes. So we are going to whisk our eggs, egg yolks and our sugar, and then we're going to add the chocolate and the amaretto, my mince pie liqueur, and then fold in the 1/4 teaspoon of salt and the plain flour that we've got. Perfect, so we are going to fill these halfway and then put our ganache filling in and then fill it up again. Obviously these might rise a tiny bit, they shouldn't do too much because there isn't like any baking powder or self-raising in it. These are going in the oven at 375 Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes. They should be cooked through, so just check it with a knife. Obviously, in the middle where you've put your ganache ball, that's going to melt. So I won't worry too much as long as sort of the side is spongier. And then let them cool for a little bit, and then you can decorate them how you want to, and obviously eat them. Oh, look at these. They have just come out the oven. They look so good. Perfect, they've had a couple of minutes to cool. I've just found out a strawberry just to put on top as well. So we just need to run a knife around the side, make sure it's definitely all cooked, and then I can show you what it looks like. Okay. Well, I guess, yeah, you can have it out of the dish. I just really wanted to get it out to take a good photo, but never mind. So yeah, you can put some cream on it, you can put some fruit on it. Most people would maybe sort of do some icing sugar over the top just to make it look pretty as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you make these. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I love hearing from all of you. As always, stay safe and I will see you in the next one.